So today we're going to be interviewing an amazing painter that I met out here in Phuket, Thailand. Her name is Valerie, and I'm just so excited for you guys to dive into this interview. I've been wanting to start a podcast slash interview session for a long time, but I never thought that anybody would really care about what I have to say. But now I have great things to talk about, so I'm excited to share just everything that I've been learning and experiencing so far with you guys. I think that this is going to be a very enjoyable interview, and you'll get insights into the mind of a very talented painter who is also an amazing person who has great recommendations for coffee shops and nature walks and cute little snacks to try out here in Thailand. I'm very, very excited to be able to share a little bit about her life and her art with you guys. So let's dive in. Let's get into it.
2 moments later.
What inspired you to pursue a career in painting, and how did your journey as an artist begin?
It started long ago when I was a child. My parents wanted me to have a dance classes and to sing, but I couldn't sing any song the teachers asked me for. So my teachers recommended my parents to send me to some art school, and I joined for maybe 1 or 2 years and skipped it for language lessons, mathematics, physics, and so on, because I wanted to become like economist or translator, something like that. And only at the age of 16, I realized that I want to enter the university about design education. But still, I wasn't sure that I want to become a designer. I was just following the lessons and stuff we were creating in the university. But I always liked to draw, and I had a lot of sketchbooks. I always took it with myself to lectures and practice lessons. And there was maybe one thing in my life. I had a very strange relationships with one guy, and he didn't let me go out only staying at home or going to university. And I started to draw more at that period. And I think this is how I started to replace all my emotions that I wanted to spread with my art. And it was only about sketchbook stuff for first. And then I joined the challenge of 365 days of drawing. And after 1 month of this challenge, it became for me like, oh, I don't want to fill only my sketchbook. I want to start some art stuff, bigger painting or some illustrations with different mediums. And I started to try acrylic, gouache, oils, everything, and stopped on watercolors. And after I graduated from the university, I went to work as a teacher, a school teacher. And it was 2020. We ended up with the pandemic, and they let me go for eternal holidays, but still paying me money. And I started to post more on my social media, on Instagram. And the pandemic, with a lot of people inside social medias at that moment, they just, without any money or advertisement, they boosted my account to 100,000 followers for only 1 year. And I just quit from my job and started to do a living from the art. And still it's very hard because my business was ruined a year ago with the sanctions, but I went out and now I'm developing my business again, trying to avoid all the mistakes I made in the past and try to make more passive income in my life. So yeah, things are going better. I hope so.
Can you share a specific painting or project that holds special significance to you and explain the story or emotions behind it?
This is my, I think, new project that I'm currently working on. It seems to me that all the years, all the 3-4 years that I was working as an artist. It was like preparing for some bigger project because mostly I was working with watercolors and making like small paintings for sale. And finally, I came to a conclusion to the idea that I want to spread the whole project. And I started to do oils again, that one that you saw in my studio. And it's a project about finding yourself, searching yourself in this world, because a lot of things like happened to me in the previous year, and I was like broken into a lot of pieces. I didn't know what to do, how to continue my life. But the one thing I knew for sure, I didn't want to change my job for another one, and I still want to do some art. So this is my first project that I'm full head into it, and I want to speak a lot about myself and also find a lot myself in this project during work on it. So there is going to be 5-6 paintings, and they would be describing the story from the searching yourself till finding yourself and meeting face-to-face yourself. And I hope it will work well to other people, and they will understand that yes, this is about us, about every one of us. And yeah, this is the project I'm currently working on, and it seemed to me that all the years I was working, it was only the preparation for this one. And I hope my art career will begin to go in different way after this moment, after I finish.
Oh, nice. Thank you for sharing. How would you describe your artistic style, and are there any particular themes or subjects that you find yourself consistently drawn to?
I would describe my style as a naive mysticism because I like to put some fantasy things into regular life, showing some emotions and feelings that we are going through every day. And even if they are bad, I try to represent it with the brighter colors to make it like the necessary thing in our life that we are going through. And this is what I'm talking about in my art. Also, I like to draw some things around that inspired me, like temples, some beautiful houses, abandoned houses. I'm a big fan of some abandoned stuff, and I try to. But for the long time, I was drawing the outside things, like what I saw, maybe from references or from life. But now I start to go inside the body, inside the mind, and now I try to create the worlds inside the people. And this is why I told you that my art career now is changing, because it's going to be a very different way that I'm going. Yeah, I think so.
In your creative process, question number 4. In your creative process, do you have any rituals or practices that help you find inspiration and maintain your flow?
I think the main inspiration I get is just the life experience and many thoughts about experience I have and some of my friends and siblings have. But also I like to listen music during my art process, and it helps me a lot to stay focused on the painting, especially when it's music like techno, trance, some music without any words. Because with the words I can't be concentrated on the painting. I just pay a lot of attention to the song. For the rituals in the morning, I have to drink some coffee before I start, and also I have to eat a very good and tasty breakfast. Breakfast is the favorite part of my day. I like the mornings in general. And yes, and I feel very like a lot of strength to make a lot of art if I have a very good breakfast in the morning. So for the rituals, yes, I think only this one, and the rest of the day I just work without any rituals, because work is just my life, and this is already the ritual I do every day, just drawing.
Nice. Last question from me. As a traveler, how has exploring different cultures and environments influenced your art? And do you incorporate those experiences into your paintings?
Yes, since I started my traveling experience, I have done a lot of painting based on what I saw in different countries and met different people. I had a few paintings about India. Now I have a few paintings about my experience in Thailand. Especially, I drew the snorkeling stuff. It's one of my favorite paintings from the summer because it gives me a lot of memories and emotions that I felt during my first time snorkeling. And meeting a lot of different people, seeing their everyday life, meeting their family also brings maybe it's not influencing much your art, but it's influencing yourself and your life in general. Because you start to notice that everyone lives in every different way, and it's just very interesting to explore people's lives, people's culture, traditions. My most favorite thing in this going to some temples to see some different ceremonies. For example, I joined here one ceremony. I don't even remember the name of the god they were celebrating the birthday, but they had like a strange ceremony, going into trance, dancing, hitting each other, falling into the floor. And sometimes it was very scary because I don't know what to expect from these people. But to see it, yes, it's very cool experience. And after that, you feel very inspired. You can speak more and tell more stories in your art. And in the future, when my skill is more strong, I would like to start telling stories about real people that I meet in my life. But I have to develop my skill in portrait style and so on in some live drawings. And yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And the last question isn't really a question, but is there anything that just comes to mind that you would like to share with our new audience, or that you would like to say about being a painter or an artist?
Yeah, I would like to say that being a painter is a very complicated and a hard thing. But if you have enough passion in your soul, you will figure everything out. You just have to start doing art if you want to do this art. No matter what art you are going to do, photography, art, sculpture, just anything, you should just start. This is the point that I try to explain to all my students online and offline, to all the people who ask me about my art on Instagram, like how to start creating, how to start developing the skill and some other stuff like this. I just say you have to start. Start is the thing that will show you the plan, what are you going to do next. And following some steps for your plan will make you reach some points when you will be just living with your hobby, with your profession. And I think this is the most precious thing in your life, when you start to work as your hobby and you are just a happy person. But of course, I worked for many years and still I haven't figured out how to make the income that I want to. But I hope for better, and I'm still following the plan, so trying different things. And every one of us has some failures. You don't need to be afraid of the mistakes and to be a failure. It's just the life experience, and you can drop it at any moment. Just start your dream and make it true.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for sharing. Thank you for showing me this coffee shop. Alrighty, and that's that on that. Signing off.